Hello everyone, and welcome to the Deep Thinking YouTube channel, a YouTube channel where we discuss and speculate about the deeper thoughts regarding our universe. And in today's video, I wanted to discuss with you the simulation hypothesis, and how the fact that we could be living in a manufactured reality can change our perspective on reality. So before I get into this, I'm going to tell you myself, I don't personally believe that we live in a simulation. I wouldn't really say that it's out of the realm of possibility, because, you know, that would be very hypocritical of me to say that. But, you know, I do think it could be possible that our reality is manufactured in some form or way or another. I do believe that myself, but I believe it in a little bit of a different way. But, you know, it could potentially be manufactured by our own species in the future, and they could be looking back on their own history and you know, simulating events from the past to try and learn more about their history, and we could be a part of that simulation. Or, you know, they could be looking at what things could have looked like if other things occurred. So, for example, we could, realistically, the original universe could actually be one where, you know, the Germans won World War II, you know, the Nazis won World War II, and then they're looking back and say, oh, okay, let's see what reality looked like if we lost, you know, and we're living in a simulation of that. Or, you know, they're looking back on the 21st century, and this is a simulation of what they think it was like to them, but obviously it's not exactly what it was like, or maybe it is exactly what it was like, or potentially it was just a simulation for fun, just to see, you know, what happens when you create a simulation. And maybe with the first simulation, maybe we're one of many, but if we create a simulation ourselves, it becomes very likely that we are in a simulation. So that's the problem with the simulation hypothesis. It seems as technology improves that maybe there's going to be a way that they might be able to manufacture some kind of reality, but the technology it would take to manufacture such a reality seems as if it would be very, very hard to achieve. To be fair, essentially, the simulation could also be created by some form of alien species. Maybe the simulation is more of that's a little bit like the zoo hypothesis, but I was thinking more of a Truman Show style thing. Like, maybe we're in the Truman Show of the universe, and they're just looking at us humans, roasting us, you know, every time they're watching us. You know, maybe it's an everyday thing. Maybe they live like millions of years, and they're just like, well, let's tune in. We've just been doing whatever the hell they do, and they're just like, well, we'll tune into planet Earth and see what the hell these morons are up to. Oh, look at this guy. He's out using his telescope, trying to find an alien. That's what it'd be like about me, you know, trying to find a single alien on the moon. You know, anytime a little thing floats past, I'm like, it's a bloody alien. Oh, God. I wish it was. I wish then I'd see him, the little green man waving out at me. No, it's literally, I think with the simulation hypothesis, you know, it is very, 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 like, it's a little bit intimidating. I find it more intimidating than many of the other theories about, like, the fundamental nature of reality. You know, saying that it's manufactured, you know, it seems very fine-tuned for life. You know, life arose on this planet when it could, like, as soon as the moment in time arose that it could, life could exist on this planet, it did. It happened to come into existence under ways in which we do not know how it came into existence, whether that be panspermia or, you know, any of the other theories. You know, there could be many possibilities, but it's hard to know. It's hard to know with a simulation. Like, maybe they're just simulating like a Big Bang or something, or simulated something like that, and it created another universe. Like, does that mean it's a simulation? If they accidentally created another actual universe and it's like the exact same as their universe but slightly different, does that mean that it's a multiverse timeline, or does that mean that it's a simulation because they technically created it? It wasn't just a branching timeline that exists that they don't really know about. That's a kind of strange question, isn't it? That's a very good question. Like, I think about the multiverse and stuff as well, and I'm like, well, surely if there's branching timelines and stuff, you know, that's what I think about the chaos theory, the butterfly effect. I always think about, literally, there is events that happen, you know, for example, like your parents meeting that created you. They had to be born at a certain time, because their parents met at a certain time for them to be born. They had to be born in a certain place, have certain life experiences happen to them, so they ended up in the same place as your mother, your father, vice versa for each of them. And then literally they have to meet, have a successful relationship to the amount of time where you conceived, and then essentially after that, for you to exist, it doesn't, them being together is not relevant after that anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because you are already going to exist at that point, but you also had to be conceived at the right moment, so that the compilation of you would come together as you, not like some, think about how different you are to your sibling. It could have you could very easily have been very, very different, if it was like, if you were conceived at a different time. Well, you would have been a completely different person. But it's so strange to think about, isn't it, that like, thinking about how much the butterfly effect is a part of our lives, even on a minimal level, like thinking about it is a very strange thing. And all these deep thoughts about reality, I think they help scare us a little bit into learning things, and it's exciting topics, and it makes life a little fun to discuss the scary things, and face them, and face your fears, and just discuss the crazy theories of reality. And I find them so fun to discuss because it opens us all up for fun discussions. It's always really fun to talk to people about this kind of stuff. That's why I love talking about it. That's why I made a YouTube channel that talks about random deep thoughts, because when I meet new people, I always ask them, what are the deepest questions about reality that you have. Some people say aliens, like some people say what happens after death. Some people say other things, whether the universe is simulation, X, Y, Z, so on and so forth, multiverses, infinite universe. They've got many different perspectives that I've heard from people, but it's always a good conversation to have with people, because I'd rather have conversations with people that are kind of self-aware that they exist within a very, very strange reality, than not. And like, I like having discussions and seeing what gets people, thinking about that kind of stuff. And I want to bring as many people as possible to think about deep thoughts and have deep conversations with their friends and family, and have these speculations and discussions with their friends, because it makes for good conversation, and it's really, really fun. Like, you can sit there for hours and have these discussions. Like, think I'm just an individual on my own, sitting, technically speaking, and monologuing to you right now, and you're just out listening to this like, well, yeah, this guy's waffling on about whatever nonsense he's talking about, and I may actually listen to him, or maybe I'm here for his personality, maybe I'm here for his hot takes. I don't think I've got any hot takes, but I just got some opinions, and I've just got some speculations and theories of my own, and I'm trying to bring to you theories that people have been proposing for a while, and I'll try and think of my own ones, and it's just gonna be fun. I just want to have fun. I want to make videos about all the aspects of existence, because the human existence is also very, very strange, and that is going to be one of the next videos I make, about just the strange, mind-bending nature of the human experience. So I want to thank you all for actually 150 subs. Many people will be like, that's not that many subscribers, but to be honest, I've not told like basically anyone other than my very close friends about this YouTube channel. So it is like 145 random strangers, so it's still a lot, it's a lot of people. So I really appreciate you all for subbing to the channel, and when you comment and things, and I really appreciate that. And if you've got any cool ideas of what to have a discussion about, just put them down in the comment section, and I'll definitely make sure to have a conversation, and have a look into whatever it is if I don't know anything about it, and try and give my opinion on it and my thoughts on it. So yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day, whatever you're doing. I'm about to go into work in 20 minutes, so wish me luck. I've got a 12-hour night shift. Oh, it's the last one. 4 out of 4, and then I've got 4 days off. Yeah. Okay, I love you all, and I appreciate you all. I'll be thinking about you all when I'm going on my patrol tonight, and listening to creepypastas whilst walking around a massive place with a torch. Oh, it's going to be scary. Oh, okay, all right, take care guys, goodbye.